What's going on, guys? I am back again with another video. This time I wanted to talk about the deck that I'm going to be playing after Phantom Nightmare. And you guys might not know this, but I am a budget player. So this is actually probably what I'm going to switch to right now. I'm playing Tri-Brigade Fire King. I just think this is a little more consistent, a little better. You can see Aratama is a starter, by the way, a one-card starter. You can see that we have, like, what, 14 starters in this deck instead of the 11 or 12 in the Tri-Brigade version. So I do think this deck is a little bit more consistent than the Tri-Brigade version. And I'll show you why, because Aratama can actually get you to Populous. I will put a combo at the end of this video showing Aratama the one-card combo, so stick around for that. Let's get right into it. So what we have is our 1-for-1. That is a one-card starter. It's a special summon, so it's extremely valuable in this version of the deck because we have 6 normal summons, technically 8 to 10 if you count Ponix and Populous, but because of that, we really need our special summons. We're not running Bonfire because it's a $75 card. Konami, what are you doing? Yeah, so we have the 1-for-1, and then we have Aratama, which, like I said, is a one-card starter, because what you do is Aratama searches you the Sakitama, you special summon the Sakitama, and then you go into Infernal Flame Banshee. Infernal Flame Banshee can search you Populous, which then can special summon itself, and you're off to the races. So yeah, Aratama is a one-card combo. It's a normal summon. You could do this without normal summoning using the Super Heavy Samurai engine. Shout out to, I'm gonna look him up real quick because I want to be able to shout him out. Okay, so shout out to Super Insane. This is actually the video. Go check him out. This actually shows the Super Heavy Samurai combo. So yeah, go check that out. And I'm going to be doing the alternative, the one that actually does waste your normal summon, but it uses way less bricks. And the one brick that you play isn't necessarily a brick. So yeah, let's go ahead and move on from Aratama. We're going to go on to Snake Eye Ash, the most important card in the deck, the best one-card starter, and a very cheap card too. So yeah, keep that in mind. Pick him up while you can. He's gonna skyrocket for sure. Then we have our Snake Eyes Populous. Ash searches him, and then he special summons himself. That's the reason Ash is so important. It's basically Bonfire, but it also a body. But it can also get you into Flamberge, which we'll get into a little bit later. We have the original Sinful Spoils. Populous searches this. We do have another Snake Eye target in the side deck, but it's only in the side deck because it's not good enough to get in the main deck. So yeah, original Sinful Spoils. Then we have our Diabell Star to search our original Sinful Spoils as well. It's just another starter. You could cut it for something else, maybe another Ponix, something like that. But I like having more options to get into your plays. So yeah, then we have our Ponix. This is our Fire King stuff. We also have the Sakitama here, the other piece of Aratama. He's just searchable off of Aratama, and then he basically special summons himself, but it technically is a normal summon. We have Flamberge. This is a really important card in the deck for combos. Ash can send himself and any other card on any other face-up card on your field to summon him, and then you can use him to, like, basically you go into IP and then you summon back 2, and then you know, I'll show you the combo at the end of the video, but he's very important in the deck. Kieran at 3, he's extremely important in the deck as well because he can help you dodge hand traps like Imperm and Baylor, things like that. So yeah, then we have our Fire King Runix. He's the heart and soul of the deck. Unfortunately, he is not very good when you have 2 of him in rotation, so that's why we only run him at 2. Otherwise, we would run him at 3 because he's just so insane. Even opening him is really good. The problem is opening 2 of him. So yeah, keep him at 2. That's, you know, that's just correct. Barong, very good in the deck. A lot of people in the OCG cut him when the Snake Eyes stuff came out. But I don't think I'll be doing that just because I like having options, and it's not a bad card to draw. You know, you can destroy it off of something like Kieran to then get its effects going. You can normal summon it with a Sakitama to then go full combo, which is extremely underrated because Sakitama and any other level 4 is full combo because it can get you into Infernal Flame Banshee. So yeah, very, very good. Then you have Arvada, same deal, but it's also better because it's you can normal summon it and it's a monster negate. So very good card. Then we have our Hanuman. This is pretty questionable in the deck, but I still really like it because it helps play around things like Evenly Matched, Lightning Storm, Harpy's Feather Duster, things like that. So yeah, moving on, we have Sanctuary. I cut it down from 2 to 1 to fit space for another card in this deck that you'll see in a moment. It's not that necessary because your Fire King stuff is kind of supplementary in this deck. Really, your goal is to get to your Snake Eye stuff because that helps you link climb into like Ash by itself, even without like searching off of Ponix and doing the Sanctuary stuff. Gets you into Promethean Princess, so that automatically gets you also into Ambloil, so pretty insane. Then you have your Fire King Island. You need it at 2 because if it gets outed, you want a second option. But it's not the greatest because if it does get outed, it can destroy all your stuff. So keep that in mind. Hanuman can actually also protect you from that, so keep that in mind as well. Then we have Circle of the Fire Kings. Pretty insane, good extender, good on your opponent's turn, almost as an interruption, almost necessary in the deck, do not cut. Then we have Skyburn, pretty self-explanatory. It's destruction, targeted destruction, quick effect. You know, you can use it on your opponent's turn, you can use it on turn 2 to break boards. Very, very good. Now this card, this is the spice, Spirit of Flames. So I'm going to be releasing a combo video that shows off what this card does, but it actually gets you basically into a Link 2 at the end of your combo. So I'm going to be experimenting with that to see exactly what Link 2s are best. Right now I'm using Pit Knight early, but that might change. I don't have the SP Little Knight because, you know, budget player. But yeah, I'm going to be experimenting to see what's the best Link 2 to go with in this spot. I think it's probably gonna be maybe Hita. Anyways, yeah, this is a very good card. It helps you with your Infernal Flame Banshee combos. It can extend further. It helps you if you open 1-for-1 along with your Aratama, because you know if you don't run another target, then you're basically using both to go into nothing. Or you're using the one to go into something and then the other to go into nothing. Then we have our Crossout Designator. This deck loses hard to hand traps, so pretty necessary. And then obviously we run all the targets, including Called by the Grave, because this deck does kind of lose to Called by the Grave, kind of. But also it's just really good protection from hand traps as well. So yeah, then we have the best hand trap in the game, Ash Blossom. A lot of people are saying online to cut this card because of the Hita line into Promethean Princess. I disagree with them. It doesn't matter. Like, if you've stopped them, you've stopped them. You've ended them on a much smaller board. So that's all you can ask for. Then you have Nibiru, Droll, and Imperm, probably going to be the most prevalent hand traps in the game. Yeah, not much more to say about those. Then we have our extra deck. So we have Time Thief Redoer. This is an option in case you draw the Aratama and 1-for-1. In case you don't want to go into the Infernal Flame Banshee. This is basically your rank 4 package. You can actually probably cut the Tornado Dragon, maybe put the Baguska in for it. You have plenty of options here, but I just thought that these would be the best options, you know. Spell and trap removal against certain decks, being able to search the Spirit of Flames and Extend Further is also a good option in that situation. So yeah. Then we have Ruinix Eternity. Obviously, he's pretty necessary in the deck. He's the end of your combo. He's probably the last interruption on any board you have. So you'll probably like not use him very often, but when he comes up, he's devastating. So yeah, then you have Dengirsu. He's an option against decks that are good against destruction. In the mirror match, against, you know, Labyrinth, things like that. So yeah, then we have the Dark Charmer. This could actually be Hita. I'm actually going to change it to Hita. So now we're getting into our links. We have Hita, we have Link Kuribo, we have Almirage. This is going to be like your generic base package. And then starting from Link Kuribo to Heat Soul, you're also going to have your pure Fire King package. If you see like Onyx and 5 hand traps, including like 2 ashes, you're going to be able to use one as a discard for your Sanctuary, so you can go into the Heat Soul line. You can also do that into the Promethean Princess line, but it's not as great because you don't have the Snake Eye stuff. So drawing potentially into the Snake Eye stuff or more hand traps is probably a better option, typically. Then we have our Sunlight Wolf and our Heat Soul, and then we have our Promethean Princess. Promethean Princess is gonna be probably the most busted fire card in the extra deck moving forward. Look out for this card. This is probably gonna be a target of like a lot of grave disruption as well. So yeah, keep that in mind. Getting rid of the Promethean Princess gets rid of 1 interruption per turn for the rest of the game. So yeah, it's very, very good. Amblo Whale. This is going to be your link for when you're climbing with Promethean Princess. Sometimes you'll go into the Sunlight Wolf, but most of the time you'll just go into the Amblo Whale. Especially when you have Kieran in your hand or have access to Kieran, because you can just pop the Amblo Whale to summon something like IP, which is our next card. You know, self-explanatory, one of the best cards in the game, so many good targets. And speaking of targets, our 2 targets are going to be Early and Appaloosa. Pit Knight Early is pretty good, but he's like the budget option. You got plenty of other options to choose from. You have the Nightmare monsters, you have SP Little Knight, you have Crusadia Avramax, you have the Boral cards, you have like so many options. So yeah. My choice is Early because it's a fire, and if it's destroyed, it comes back. So it's basically also an interruption every single turn. Then we have our Appaloosa. Appaloosa is just generically good, and it's going to be cheap because it's coming out in the next rarity collection. So look out for that. And now we'll get into the side deck. We have Relinquished Anima. This is specifically for going second. Baguska. This is probably going to be going in for Tornado Dragon. And then maybe I'll put Tornado Dragon on the side. Then we have Sinful Spoils of Subversion. So this is going to be the other target for Ash if you already have, the other target for Populace if you already have the original Sinful Spoils in your hand. So this is good going second, but it's not good enough going first to justify putting it in the main deck. Then we have Monster Reborn. I'm kind of testing with this card, but it's really good in the mirror match. It's really good in basically any match because, you know, you can reborn an SP if you out it. You can reborn a Promethean Princess. You can reborn a Barone. You could reborn an IP. You can, there's so many options. So, yeah. Then we have our Triple Attack at 3. The best budget going second staple in the game. It's pretty self-explanatory. It's basically Pot of Greed or Change of Heart or a shuffle of their opponent's hand for 1. Then we have Cosmic Cyclone, back row interruption. This is what I chose, but you could go with double Lightning Storm, 1 Harpy Feather Duster. I recommend Cosmic Cyclone just because being able to use it in the standby or draw phase is like such an advantage, and even in the battle phase. There are a lot of cards that can interrupt you in the battle phase that are like continuous cards. So yeah, then we have our Flamvel Counter. This can also be Solemn Judgment, but I'm testing the counter right now just to see if it works in the deck. If it doesn't work, I'll probably put the Judgment back in. Then we have Anti-Spell Fragrance. This is probably going to be the best Floodgate in the game next game, besides Dimension Shifter, obviously, because that card is just so crazy. And like macro-like effects, of course, because those cards are just insane. So yeah, that's going to be the deck profile. Now let's get into the combo. Alright guys, so here we have our 1-card Aratama combo. So here we go. We're going to go normal summon Aratama. That's going to search a Sakitama. Sakitama is going to normal summon itself. Then, by its own effect, by the way, not just like inherently, it has an effect to normal summon itself. Then we're going to go into rank 4 Infernal Flame Banshee. And we're going to detach one to search Populace. And then Populace can special summon itself. So you're off to the races at that point. You grab Original Sinful Spoils. You link off into IP Masquerena. The Populace goes into the Spell and Trap Zone. You normal summon the Ponix. You add the Sanctuary. You activate the Sanctuary, activating or placing the Fire King Island as well. And you're going to activate the island, destroying Ponix. You're going to activate Garunix, special summoning itself. You're going to go into Barong, because that plays kind of around Nib. Not really, because they could have already nibbed you. But, you know, what can you do? Then you go... side note, if you have a fire in your hand, you can play through the nib here. So, yeah. Then you go Promethean Princess. You're gonna bring back any card. You're gonna go into the Emblem Wheel. So what does this give you? This gives you Kirin and Ponix in the standby phase. It also gives you Ambler Whale. I was just showing that even if you get like even lead, you can still kind of do things, but yeah. We have the Ambler Whale, so we could destroy the Ambler Whale to bring back the IP. And then we could also use the Promethean Princess to pop one of our cards and one of their cards at the end of our combo. We can also do the Kirin pop because we have Garunix in the grave. So let's see how we interact with this. We do the Kirin to pop Ponix. We go Garunix, send Kirin to special summon the Ponix. Ponix is going to search. We're going to add the Skybird. That's just kind of for follow-up. They're going to special summon. We're going to trigger our Sanctuary. We're also going to trigger the Promethean Princess at the same time. That way we can just destroy it and get it out of the way because it does nothing on the board for us really except it's a body. We could have also saved it and then used it as follow-up on the opponent's turn because we could just special summon a fire monster from the grave. But, you know, I like it better in the grave so it can be used as an interruption on your turn as well. So what did we get off of just one card? This was a 1-card combo, remember that. We got Ambler Whale, that's 1 interruption. We got Promethean Princess, that's 2. We got the Kirin Pop, that's 3. We have the IP Masquerena because we would have brought that back off of the Ambler Whale. So that can also go into Appaloosa or even a Underworld Goddess. Then we also have our Garunix pop and we have follow-up because we have Immolation. And then we also add Ponix back during the standby phase. On top of that, we have the original Sinful Spoils in the grave to then add us another level 1 fire monster. So we can add back the card that gets us our best combo. So yeah, that's going to be it for this video. If you liked it, like and subscribe. Let me know if I missed anything. Let me know if there's anything better that I could have done with the combo. I will be showing off the Infernal Flame Banshee in the next combo video. So look out for that. And I'm out. Peace.